With the next generation of internet exchanges focused on maximum privacy and security, a variety of ways have been enforced to maintain them as such. Censorship has been shifted from the streets to the digital domain. It forces the standard citizen to derive alternative ways to maintain anonymity. A major weapon in this battle for privacy and security is the Tor browser, an independent browser meant to browse the internet while relaying information through the Tor network. It serves as a meaningful alternative to the standard internet browsing habits. To better understand the purpose of this browser and such, we must learn about the work of the Tor network. Featuring its own routing protocol, the Tor browser is an easy way to maintain anonymity while browsing without emptying one's wallet. Let's take a look at the topics to be covered today. We start with the explanation of what is the Tor network and its significance in the working of the Tor browser. We take a look at the onion routing protocol and how it transmits the data from the client devices to the Tor directories in order to circumvent government censorship. Moving on, we learn a few features of the Tor browser and the distinct advantages the Tor network provides. Next, we learn the difference between using a VPN and a Tor to anonymize internet usage. And finally, we have a live demonstration of the Tor browser anonymization features in action. Let's move on to learning about the Tor network. Tor, short for the Onion Router. It's an open source privacy network that permits users to browse the web anonymously. The Tor was initially developed and solely used by the US Navy to protect sensitive government communications before the network was made publicly available. The digital era has disrupted the traditional way of doing things in every sector of the economy. The rapid rise in development and innovation of digital products has given way to frequent data breaches and cyber thefts. In response, consumers are increasingly opting for products that offer data privacy and cybersecurity. Tor is one such underground network that was implemented for the purpose of protecting users' identities. The Tor network is one example of the many emerging technologies that attempt to fill a data privacy void in a digital space plagued by cybersecurity concerns. The Tor network intercepts the traffic from your browser and bounces a user's request of a random number of other user IP addresses. Then the data is passed to the user requester's final destination. These random users are volunteer devices which are called as nodes or relays. The Tor network disguises your identity by encrypting the traffic and moving it across different Tor relays within the network. The Tor network uses an onion routing technique for transmitting data, hence the original name of onion router. To operate within the Tor network, a user has to install the Tor browser. Any address or information requested using the browser is transmitted through the Tor network. It has its own feature set, which we will be covering over later in this video. As we discussed already, the data passing through the Tor network must follow a unique protocol known as the onion routing protocol. Let us learn more about its unique characteristics. In our normal network usage, the data is transmitted directly. The sender has data packets to transmit, which is done directly over a line of communication with either a receiving party or a server of some kind. However, since the data can easily be captured while being transmitted, the security of this exchange is not very reliable. Moreover, it becomes very easy to trace the origin of such requests. On many occasions, websites with questionable and controversial content are blocked from the ISP. This is possible since the ISP is able to detect and spy on user information passing through the network. Apart from ISPs, there is a steady chance of your private information being intercepted by hackers. Unfortunately, easy detection of the source and contents of a web request make the entire network extremely vulnerable for people who seek anonymity over the internet. However, in the onion routing protocol, things take a longer route. We have a sender with the Tor browser installed on the client system. The network sends the information to node 1's IP address, which encrypts the information and passes it on to node 2's address, which performs another encryption and passes it on to node 3 address. This is the last address, which is also known as the exit node. This last node decrypts the encrypted data and finally relays the request to the final destination, which can be another device or a server end. This final address thinks the request came from the exit node and grants access to it. The encryption process across multiple computers repeats itself from the exit node to the original user. The Tor network obfuscates user IP addresses from unwanted surveillance by keeping the user's request untraceable. With multiple servers touching the data, it makes the tracking very difficult for both ISPs and malicious attackers. Now that we understand the way Tor works, let us learn more about the Tor browser. The Tor browser was developed by a non-profit organization as a part of the Tor project in 2008, and its first public release was announced. The Tor browser is a browser fork from the popular Firefox that anonymizes your web traffic using the Tor network. If you're investigating a competitor, researching an opposing litigant in a legal dispute, or just think it's creepy for your ISP or the government to know what websites you visit, the Tor browser might be the right solution. Before the Tor browser were developed, using that network to maintain anonymity was a huge task for everyday consumers. Starting from the setup to the usage, the entire process demanded a lot of knowledge and practice. The Tor browser managed to make it easy for users to traverse the relay servers in Tor and guarantee the privacy of the data exchange. A major feature of the Tor browser is the ability to delete all browser history, cookies, and tracking data the moment it is closed. Every new launch of the browser opens an empty slate, having your usage habits from being tracked and singled out. A major feature that is the highlight of the Tor network is the availability of onion links. Only a small portion of the World Wide Web is available to the general public. We have the deep web that contains links that are not allowed to be indexed by standard search engines like Google and Bing. The dark web is a further subset of the deep web which contains onion links. Tor browser gives you access to these .onion websites which are only available within the Tor network. Onion is a special use top-level domain which designates an anonymous onion service, which is also known as a hidden service. Similar to the links of the deep web, these onion links provide services like online shopping, cryptocurrency, and many other products not available in the consumer internet space. Often being considered as a haven for illegal activities and sales, onion links provide both information and assets in a private manner without the risk of spying by authorities. Browsing the web over Tor is slower than the ClearNet due to the multiple layers of encryption. Some web services also block Tor users. Tor browser is also illegal in authoritarian regimes that want to prevent citizens from reading, publishing, and communicating anonymously. Journalists and dissidents around the world have embraced Tor as a cornerstone of democracy, and researchers are hard at work at improving Tor's anonymity properties. Let us take a look at some of the advantages of using the Tor browser over standard web browsers. The highlight of using the Tor browser is to maintain anonymity over the internet. The cause for such requests can differ from person to person, but all of these concerns are answered by the Tor network. Routing the information via multiple nodes and relay servers make it entirely difficult for the ISP to keep a track of usage data. The entire Tor project is designed to be completely free and open source. Allowing the code for the browser to be inspected and audited by third parties helps in the early detection of faulty configurations and critical bugs. It is present for multiple operating systems, starting from laptops to mobile devices. A number of websites are blocked by governments for a variety of reasons. Journalists under authoritarian regimes have difficulty in getting the word out regarding the situation. Since the onion routing protocol transfers data between multiple servers of random countries, the domains being blocked become available when used via Tor. Usage of these encryption messaging platforms is easily enforced using the Tor browser, which otherwise would have been a difficult task under oppressive circumstances. Many people believe that a VPN offers the same benefits as the Tor browser. Let's put both of them to the test and see the differences between them. Coming to the first point of difference, Tor is completely free and open source. All of the code for the browser and the network can be audited and has been cleared for security concerns. When it comes to VPN, there are many different brands which have open source clients, but the same cannot be said for their counterparts. Some have partly open source, while some have completely locked up their code so that they cannot be stolen further. Moving on, Tor has multiple relay points in its data transfer protocol. Between the server and the receiver, there are 3 different IP nodes. That number can increase, but it will always be more than 2. Once the data is passed from the sender, it goes through all of those relay points, while in the case of a VPN, the connection is made from the client device to the VPN server and then to the requested destination. There is no other IP node that comes into work here, thereby making the connection a one-to-one between the client and a VPN. As a next point, since Tor handles multiple layers of encryption and the data passes through multiple systems along the way, the performance is slow compared to a VPN, where the performance is relatively fast due to the less number of nodes the data passes through. Similarly, the multi-layer encryption of Tor is consistent. If you use Tor browser, every single request passes through the same layer of encryption and follows the same routing protocol. In the case of a VPN, different companies offer different levels of encryption. Some have multi-hop, some prefer a single one-to-one connection, and these kind of differences make the choice much more variable. Finally, the nodes and relays being used in the Tor network are volunteer. There is no company holding over them, so jurisdiction becomes relatively straightforward. Whereas in the case of VPNs, many such VPNs are hosted by adware companies or are being monitored by central governments to note the usage information. Now that we have a better understanding of the Tor browser and its routing, let us take a look at how the Tor browser can anonymize and protect our internet usage. On opening up the Tor browser for the first time, this is the page that you are going to be welcomed with. You have the option of connecting to the Tor network before we start our browsing. So let's press connect, and we can see that it is connected. Coming to the anonymization, let's check my current location on Google Chrome. Currently is showing as Navi Mumbai in Maharashtra. If we check the same link on the Tor browser, we should get a different address. Now every link that we open in the Tor browser will be little delayed and the speed will be hampered because of the multiple layers of encryption like we discussed. Now as you can see, it's showing a German IP and the state of Bavaria. This is how the anonymization works. There is no VPN configured, there is no proxy attached. It's straight up the out-of-the-box settings that come inbuilt with the Tor browser. Similarly, we have an option of cleaning up the data. Let's say if you want to refresh your location and you want to use a different ID for the next browsing session. If you just restart it once, and we can have to check it again, we should be seeing a different country this time. As you can see, we have Netherlands right now. So this is how you can keep refreshing your address, you can keep refreshing your host location so that you cannot be tracked when in browsing the internet. Like we discussed, we have some onion links that can only be used on the Tor network. As you can see, these kind of links do not open in the Google Chrome browser. But once we copy these over to the Tor browser, as you can see, we have opened the hidden wiki, which is available only on the Tor network. This is kind of an alternative Wikipedia website where we can find articles to read and more information to learn. Similarly, we have another onion link over here, which is once again available only for the Tor browser. Now these kind of delays are expected, but they are a valid compromise because they maintain the anonymity that many people desire. Similarly, we have found a hidden wallet, which is a cryptocurrency wallet which is specifically for dark web members. This operates over the Tor network, and this is used by mostly journalists and people who want to anonymize their internet transactions when it comes to dealing money. All of the transactions that occur over the Tor network are almost impossible to track. Therefore, these kind of cryptocurrency wallets are very big on the deep web. This is just one example while having multiple different wallets for every single cryptocurrency available. With this, we have reached the end of our lesson on the Tor browser. Hope you learned something new today. If you have any questions regarding this topic, feel free to write them down in the comment section and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for watching.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.